Welcome, Mobile.
Welcome. I feel like doing some good today.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Man, it's been, if people have been listening to the previous podcast, the last one was from last year's Do Some Good magazine project. That was the first time that we did interviews for the project. And we're pumped.
Year 2.
Like, we're back. This is year 2 of interviews and the 4th year of this magazine project.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Yes. And we keep growing and growing. We keep getting more and more organizations involved and highlighting them to the community around Mobile.
Heck yeah. Sit back, hang out, watch this intro, and then we'll be back just a second. We're going to give you some hints on who we have on today. Here's my hint. Here's my hint. Ready for my hint? Here's my hint, guys. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean. You like that one, clean. And reverent. That's my hint for you guys. I'm not even going to introduce. I'm just going to bring on Mr. William, and then if you guys don't know what that is, you're about to find out what that means. Mr. William, how you doing?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing, Brooks and Mandy?
We're great.
Doing well. Good to chat with you. How did I do on the Sout Law?
You did excellent.
I appreciate that. Do you know, I want to say something. Do you know that is ingrained into my soul from as a youth, as from a young man in the scouting organization?
Exactly. Brooks, you are an Eagle Scout, correct?
I am an Eagle Scout. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Once an Eagle, always an Eagle.
That's right. That is right. So if people don't know what organization we're chatting with, William, tell them who we're talking to today.
Yeah. So my name is William Bryant. I'm the Scout Executive CEO for the Mobile Area Council, Boy Scouts of America.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So I think most people that are going to hear this are like, yep, I've heard of scouting. I've heard of scouting, but let's say that you walk up to someone on the street and you tell them that you know who you are and who you're with, and they're like, cool, I have no idea what that is. So what would you tell a stranger about scouting? You know, like, how would you describe that to a stranger?
Yeah, I would definitely say, if you like to have fun, experience new things, experience the outdoors, experience learning and having and developing leadership skills, and most importantly, learning something new, then scouting is for you. You know, we start at 5 years old and go all the way up to 21 years old. So if you like to do arts and craft, if you like to cooking, merit badges, swimming, canoeing, we have it all. We also have our exploring program, which is our workforce development. You know, whereas it could be law, it can be EMT, it could be journalism. It can be entrepreneurship. So those type of things, that we have something for everyone to be a part of.
And so you said starting as young as age 5. So let's just say I have a 5-year-old and I'm like, this sounds amazing. I want to get them involved. Are there troops? I think they're troops.
Okay,
troops. No. Are there different troops around Mobile for children to get involved in? Or can you tell us some locations or some places they can go to find some more information?
Exactly. So one is go to our website, which is bsamac.org. And then that's when you can see everything what's going on. But another thing is, if you are a new parent or a parent and just want to get your son or your daughter involved in scouting, go to Be a Scout. Just type in Be a Scout and input your zip code, and it will populate all of the scouting programs that's in your area.
Fantastic. Because I know whenever I was growing up in the school that I was in, there was actually a group. They would meet at my school's location, and all the kids from different areas and different schools would come there. I believe that Brooks here was part of that one too. And so it's really cool to know that it's not just one location. There's multiple locations and places, no matter where you are in the city, to get involved.
Yeah, and we cover 4 counties. We cover Mobile, Baldwin, Clark, and Washington counties.
Okay. Okay. And so it's for the kids age of 5, but say I have a 12-year-old that's like, I'm interested, but I've never done this before. Is it too late for that age to get involved?
Almost definitely not. The footprint of scouting. Some scouts does not come into scouting until they get to a scout age, which is 11 years old or 10 and a half, depends on what grade you're going to. And so you can still become an Eagle Scout from at 11 years old, or you can start in the Cub Scout. So your Cub Scouts is from 5 years old to 10 and a half, and then you have Scouts BSA is from 10 and a half to roughly 18. And then we have something called Sea Scouts. So Sea Scouts are once again from 10 and a half to 18 years old. And then we have Venturing, which is our co-ed program from 14 to 20 years old. And then we have our Exploring program, which is from middle school all the way up to 21 years old. So we have something for everyone to be involved and engaged with as well.
So this is really interesting information. Here I am married to an Eagle Scout, and I know all the things that he has done and all the things that he's been involved in. But you're telling me some numbers that I did not know. I did not know that you can stay in the program for so long. It's not like you graduate high school and you're out. There are ways to be involved even past that, which I think is amazing. For we send our kids out into the world at 18, and they don't really know what they're doing. But you're providing a place where they can continue to learn and continue to gain more skills, even after high school age is over.
Exactly, which is great. We're doing a big event on April 30th. It's on our website, bsamac.org, or on Eventbrite. It's called our Cub Family Day. And this is for all current Cub Scouts who want to do arts and craft, BB and archery. There will be some maybe swimming as well, but really scouting skills and just having fun and things like that. But also we're inviting the public out in reference to we want to recruit new scouts as well. So if you have a boy or girl ages 5 to 10 and a half that not involved in scouting, this is an opportunity they can experience scouting. I think the cost is $15, include lunch. We have it
Okay.
at Camp Chandler, which is a boys and girls club owned. And so and we want it's from going to be from 9 to 4, and you can register online on Eventbrite on Mobile Area Council Cup Family Event, or you can go to our website bsamac.org and click on and register as well. But this is a great opportunity to get firsthand experience. You don't have to be a scout to participate, but this will be an opportunity for us to recruit you for our upcoming day camp, summer camp, and resident camp as well.
That's incredible. So I know that your goal is to get these kids in, get them learn some skills, some real life skills. But I know that scouting in general is very family oriented. You guys are also looking for adult volunteers to help grow and mold these children. And you don't necessarily have to be a parent. Is that correct?
Exactly. So one of the things that we, volunteers. So one of our past national president, his motto that resonate with all scouting professionals, that we are a volunteer-led organization, but professionally guided. So without volunteers, we could not do what we do. So we need volunteers to not only be the den leaders and the cub masters and the scout masters and things like that, but also we need leaders. We need volunteers from a council perspective to be part of the marketing committee, to be part of the finance committee, to be part of the program committee. There's something. So let's say you don't like camping, but you know what? I can sail really good. So what about being the popcorn chair? Everyone know that Girl Scouts sell cookies, but we sell popcorn.
And it's fabulous, by the way.
Plethora of popcorn. And let me tell you,
Bring us a sample. I think we're about to get a visual sample. For everyone listening, he just walked away. He's about to show us something.
So not only do we sell popcorn, but we also sell the chocolate pretzels. You want the chocolate?
Oh,
We also sell the white cheddar popcorn.
yes.
Also, the most famous one that we sell is the caramel popcorn as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
so during the fall time, you will see scouts out at different local businesses selling popcorn, or you may get a popcorn order and things like that. But this helps scouts go to camp. So we talk about finance your way to summer camp. So this
Mhm.
helps scouts go to summer camp, day camp, or resident camp. So we don't. So the end product is popcorn. But however, when you talk to a scout, they will say, "Help me pay my way to summer camp. Help me pay my way to day camp." They don't necessarily say buy popcorn, but it's the
Mhm.
salesmanship that they're going after is for you to buy into them of the mission of scouting.
As a business guy myself, like it excites me to have young people learn those skills, obviously for scouting for the camp itself, but to learn those skills like you said of salesmanship, marketing. I mean, it's like tracking your income, you're tracking your revenue, the time spent. I mean, all that. There's so many skills learned there. Like we have a son and we often talk about needs versus wants. If there's something he needs, we try to get that for him. If it's something that he wants, I often say, "Cool, man, you're gonna have to figure out how to make some money to get that thing that you want." And so skills like this are those just really valuable skills for young people, I think.
You know,
Correct.
whenever I think back to young high school years or middle school years, I wasn't involved in any sort of scouting or anything like that. I did not get any exposure to what sales was, how to sell yourself, how to sell a product. So I think it's amazing that these kids are getting the opportunity to go knock on some doors or stand at a Walmart or a local business and sell some things and talk to people, because I think one of the things that we are losing every moment as we go on is communication skills with children, especially with adults. And so it not only helps with them with their sales, but it helps with just basic communication. I think it's one thing that we're losing so quickly.
Definitely, and Brooks can also talk to this. One of the things, and especially when you're in Scouts PSA, is that every scout will have an opportunity to be a patrol leader. So that's the leader. So in case imagine that you're in a big troop, and each and you divide up into groups, which we call patrols, and there's a leader for each one of those patrols as far as telling the instruction, planning the camping trip and things like that. So they are learning these leadership skills on how to lead a group. Something that, and that's one thing that the teachers have told us, that scouting is complementing what they're teaching the students in school as far as leadership development, project management, organization, networking, those things that you all get from scouting.
Uh, I agree. I agree 100%. So I've told Mandy this story before about, I'll say it right now, because I talk about how sweet mother wants to be a mom to our child and always try to do everything that she can, which is beautiful and great. But I told her that some of my best learning experiences were in scouting. I remembered when we were, we're in a patrol and we're planning our meals for what we're going to have for this trip. And it was on us. Like these young kids, we're planning our meals. We're shopping for the food. I remember us forgetting like bowls or forks or something one time on a trip, and our adult leader said, that's it's going to be pretty tough for you guys to eat, And they didn't bail us out. They didn't say, "Oh, let me help you and get you some forks." They said, "Hey, I guess you're gonna have to eat with your hands or whatever, But I look back on those experiences as like really incredible learning moments, and helped us be more organized and plan better. And so, yeah, those are great skills for young people.
Yeah, you have shared that story with me several times, and you are right. I think and especially I think when it comes from someone other than a parent, it makes it sometimes a different impact than it does, whenever when you're having that parent relationship.
I think so.
Exactly. And one of the things about, parents, all, my number one concern is one, definitely for the kids and the parents to have fun, but also is protection. So any parent or person that signed up to register to be a scout leader, they go through a background check and they have to take youth protection training. So not only is our youth protection training used for just for our scouts, but any organization that want to, we have a great youth protection training. It's online and you get a certificate once you complete. So many other organizations use our YPT training because they know it's the best. We have had the best experts to talk about just the basic training of youth protection, how to identify different things like that. Because my number one responsibility is make sure that every kid is safe.
Absolutely, so very important.
That's good. Well, what are there? So you mentioned a big event coming up. By the way, that was smart for you guys, I think, to invite the public non-scouts to come out there. I don't know if you've always done that, but that's so smart to give people an opportunity to come and hang out and try some activities and promote to them.
COVID have had us to pivot a lot.
Sure.
In the past, typically scouting is sometimes the last to change in marketing. Our bread and butter, especially for recruitment in the fall for Cub Scouts, is going to every school, having the scout talk, and then going back the next day and having the school night for scouting. But because of COVID, many of the school systems would not let outside visitors in, so we had to be creative and things like that. So now they're more open now because of things are beginning to turn. But however, we wanted to make sure that we provide all opportunities for a young person and their parent to join scouting. So this is the first time that we're doing something like this on this magnitude, is not only inviting the current Cub Scouts to come out, but also inviting any scout age from 5 to 10 and a half to come out as well, to see what you can do in scouting, actually participate. And then if the parent wants to register with a unit there, they can, which we want all kids to be in scouting, of course.
Sure. Yeah, that's smart. And like having to kind of pivot and be more creative is like there's a lot of pressure, and everyone feels that pressure to do that. But in the end, if you can go back and do the school stuff like you used to, but let's say this event is great and goes well, then you've just doubled your efforts, and now maybe you do both, right, in the future. I mean, so there's a lot of good that comes out of these new fresh ideas and these pivots. So I think that's great. But mention if you have some other big stuff in here. If there's anything that you want to specifically talk about now, go ahead and mention them, and then we'll be sure. Like we're going to put links to this stuff in the show notes of this, so people can go to the website and stuff.
Definitely. So we're so honored to be able to honor Mrs. Cecilia Wallace, who's the founder of Spring Hill Medical Center, on April 28th at the USS Battleship. Our Golden Eagle event is our biggest donor event that we have each year. Every nonprofit is funded through donors. Some get foundation support, and then also some grants. But 65% of our funding comes from individual donors. And so this is a donor event. It's going to be at the Battleship. It's an opportunity for the community and business leaders to give back to scouting. And we honor a great business leader, philanthropists, and things like that. In the past, we've honored David Cooper, Elliot Manziel, and Dr. Kenneth Ellenwood last year. So this year, we are very excited to honor Mrs. Cecilia Wallace with the Golden Eagle Award, which is one of the highest awards you can receive for giving back to the community, being a great business leader. And it allows councils such as our council, Mobility Council, to honor someone that statue, but then also an opportunity for them to give back to scouting as well. So we're glad for that. So that's going to be April 28th at 6 p.m. at the USS Battleship. So if you want to come, that'll be great. Just once again, go to bsamac.org, and then you can register there. The second thing is that we have our Sporting Clays tournament, which is last year we sold out in 1 month.
Wow.
I mean, in 1 month.
Yeah, that's a big event. Yeah, I know that one's been going. Yeah, that's great.
And so this year going to be at Taylor Creek. We are limited to 38 foursomes. 38 teams. And so if you're thinking about being getting a team in the tournament, I would say go ahead and get it now, because by the end of March, it's probably going to be sold out. And that's going to be Thursday, October 6th. And then we just got our our corporate classic golf tournament this year will be at the Country Club of Mobile.
All right.
On November the 3rd. And so we're looking for, last year again, we sold out in 2 months. I tell you that when you have a great venue and you and people want to support, is great. And then having a great chair. So this year our chair for the golf tournament is Ken Roman, who's the Chief Marketing Officer for Wind Creek Hospitality. And the chair for our Sporting Clays tournament is Robert Greer, who's the Chairman of the Board for Greer's supermarket. So we're just fortunate to have these great leaders to chair the event, but also this is an opportunity for companies and individuals to come out and play their favorite sport, but also give back to scouting at the same time.
I love it. And these events are kind of some staples for you guys, right? So you've grown them over the years, and so they have some continual support. And I think that's great when organizations have some of these staple fundraisers, because it helps you be able to, you know, kind of sell them out quicker, and people want to, oh, that was fun, I want to do it again next year. And I think that becomes great, right? So these are some staples for you guys, right?
Exactly, and
Okay.
it's all about net. So the golf tournament have been around for over 35 years, and
Oh,
the
nice.
Sporting Clays tournament this is going to be the 19th year of the Sporting Clays tournament, and so we're just grateful to be around for that long. But also, it is a fundraiser, and so we focus on the experience. You know, having a great experience, it's all about the experience, because anyone can go to a golf tournament or a Sporting Clays tournament, but not everyone can have a great experience. So we have the right people there, so you can network, and there's a lot of networking going on. There's a lot of fundraising going on, but there's also a great experiences going on as well. So that's what we try to do, is provide you with experience that the people want to come back and they talk about it to other people. And because when I go out and go out into the communities and tell them who I work for, oh yeah, I heard about your golf tournament, I heard about your sporting. We want to come. We're going to come next year. So that's always great as well. And then we get a lot of support from different foundations and companies that support our Scout Reach program and our camperships. We have over 300 scouts that, if not for our donations for camperships or sponsorships, we could not have scouting in those areas. So our Scout Reach Assistance program provided opportunity for scouts at a lower cost for registration. We also help with their camperships. So if not for camperships, they couldn't go to day camp, summer camp, or resident camp. So these type of opportunities that companies really buy into. And what we do is we make sure that at all of our camps that we have, if we have a scout, we have them do a thank you card to that particular donor or company. And when we send those off to those donors and come, they are so proud of what they're doing to give back to the community. So that's something that we have initiated to do, because we want to make sure that the companies know that we appreciate it. So yeah, we send a form letter to say thank you and things like that. But when they get a handwritten note from the scout that actually maybe misspell words and things like that, when they get that handwritten note from that scout, they are so overjoyed. So I get more and more emails and phone calls saying, thank you for sending this. This was right on time. We know that our funds are going to a worthy cause.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah. Handwritten note sounds pretty
Goes
amazing.
a very long way.
Yeah, that's pretty heartfelt. That would be pretty awesome. That'd be amazing.
I think my earbud has now died, just so we know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, I yeah. Apparently, Mandy can't hear you. Well, I wanted to kind of wrap up. Of course, I know you've mentioned the websites and stuff, but right before I get there, at the tail end, I'm gonna make sure people can connect with you guys. But if you wanted to tell someone, like, is there a question that you don't normally get asked about scouting that you're like, man, I wish people would ask me this so that I could tell them, that?
Yeah,
Is there something that comes to mind?
One of the things that you would think in the area that we serve, the Gulf Coast, that we would have a lot more Sea Scouts, because what we hear, but we don't. And I think one of the biggest reasons that is the marketing of it. So we have a great volunteer now who his whole entity is about promoting Sea Scouts. We should have at least 10 or 15 ships in our council, especially in Baldwin County and Mobile County, where we have the lakes and things like that. So who can get a sea ship, a surfing club, a kayaking club, a yacht club, and things like that. How can young people learn about how to how to migrate on a ship, how to how to drive one, how to how to make one. As far as with the shipbuilding, we're talking to different companies now, but I tell you that that's one of the things that we are doing and promoting big is Sea Scouts, because that's something that in our area we should have a plethora of ones as well. And then the other thing is about exploring. One of the things, that people don't think that we have workforce development. So exploring is an opportunity for a scout, for young people to, you don't have to be a scout, young people to learn about different careers they want to go into, where it may be journalism, where it may be fire, police force, or things like that. And any company can sponsor an explorer post. And so it's great to have these young people come in, and they would do like a round robin. So if you have a big company, you can go from R&D, you can go to marketing for 2 months, you can go to sales for 2 months and things like that. And then they can decide, what they actually want to be. Because I'm a true believer in one of the motto for the 100 Black Men is that what they see, they will be. And it's sort of like, what we do here is for us exploring. They're exploring the opportunities on what they want to be. So that's one those two things that I don't get questions a lot about is our Sea Scout program and also our exploring program.
That's a good point. I'm glad you got to talk about those a little bit, because me, when I was growing up in scouting, I remember seeing those programs. I guess I don't remember Sea Scouting when I was younger. I don't know the history of that, but the other I remember seeing it and thinking like, man, that's cool. That's a cool thing. And I didn't have much information about that. Granted, our troop was just strong, like in what we did, but I remember seeing some of that and being like, man, that looks like pretty high adventure and cool and exciting. And so, no, that's good. Yeah. I'm glad you got a moment to kind of to share a little bit about those. That's great. Well, cool. So you've mentioned the website, but go ahead and mention the websites again. So if people want to reach out to you or to Scouts, or where the best spots for them to get that information, where is that, William?
Exactly. So our website again is bsamac.org. Our phone number is 251-476-4600. And you can also email me personally at william.bryant, that's BRYANT, at scouting, SCOUTING, .org. So it's william.bryant@scouting.org.
Love it. I love that you're willing to put your personal email out there and say, hey, reach out to me that you want to talk to folks. I think that's awesome. Well, yeah. William, thank you so much for being with us today and giving us some information. We appreciate it so much, and we look forward to talking to you more soon.
Well, thank you, Brooks, and thank you for all you do for scouting as well. And I appreciate you. And we are overjoyed to be in the magazine this year.
Great. Awesome. We're pumped to have you guys in it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir. That was great.
That was fantastic.
What did you learn about? Yeah, we can hear me right here.
I can hear
you. Yeah, your earbuds now. You're like, that was great. Mandy couldn't hear William for apparently the last 10 minutes of our conversation. So you were
technical difficulties.
You were sitting there looking beautiful, babe.
Oh,
you were doing awesome. All right. Did you learn something about scouting that you did not know?
I learned a lot, and I think it's incredible. I love the idea of getting kids involved in something so young and letting it be more of a lifetime investment for them. They can start as a Cub Scout and continue to participate in this organization throughout their life. And so it's really cool. So I'm really glad that we got the opportunity to dig into some of that today.
I thought it was good too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to be back. We'll do some good 2022.
Yes, we are getting them out. They're going to be at locations all around the city of Mobile and Baldwin County. They will be at restaurants and dentist office and doctor's offices and all the places. Every organization that is in the magazine will have copies for you as well if you ever want to stop by their offices.
And of course, digital. If you just want the digital version, that's going to be being updated on our website really soon, coming out in every future email newsletter. So can't wait for the future interviews. We're excited to be to hang out with you guys on them. So
yeah, get out and do some good.
See ya.